Blue MAGA. No, seriously, Democrats are asking themselves, quote, could Blue MAGA revitalize the party? We hear they're making blue hats that say make California great again and swapping out the Village People for Stevie Wonder. I guess if you just can't beat them, you join them. Democrats are admitting Trump was right about everything.
Nobody comes out looking better than Donald Trump and the MAGA right. Because the things that they were saying, the things that they were accusing the left of, the things that they were accusing legacy media of, whether it's true or not, they look right. They look like they were on point.
Democrats have never admitted we were right about anything, and now they're admitting we were right about everything? I don't even know how to take that. It's never happened before. They're all saying, you got us, we lied.
Democrats just spent 4 years arguing that the border was fine, inflation was not a problem, and Joe Biden was up to the job. And I think that 4 years of that message was really harmful. I think there are a lot of reasons why there are crises in confidence in the news media, in Democratic Party, in institutions. And I think all of it needs to be hashed out, acknowledged, and discussed.
Was that Tapper or Hannity? This isn't fun anymore. What's the point of having two parties if one side just keeps saying the other side's right? Did Democrats just surrender? Tapper's even saying we were right about lawfare.
I think it is problematic when people run for prosecutor and promise to go after a specific politician. And both Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York, and Alvin Bragg, the District Attorney of New York, both of them did that. And that, to me, is problematic because you're not saying this is the offense and we need to bring justice to this perpetrator. You're saying, I'm going to go after him. And I think that there was a degree to which that was tolerated by the media writ large.
I'm glad he's saying it, but why didn't he say it on his show? The guy was on the air for what, 2 hours a day? CNN called it the trial of the century. Now Tapper's saying, yeah, it was all cooked up by Tish and Fat Alvin. It's not like this was even covered up. There was tape of Tish and Bragg saying it. Even Morning Joe's admitting Republicans were right about everything. But they're taking credit for it.
If you were a conservative at Harvard Law School, anytime you opened your mouth, you better have thought through it about 20 different times because you were going to get crushed. Whereas, and here's the important point, now we talk about why the left may be adrift and at loss. The other side of that is the intellectual laziness that occurs every time you open your mouth and they all agree with you. Yeah. And you're part of groupthink. So you never have to defend your ideas. So when you go out and run a campaign and you think everybody's going to agree with you, it's just the opposite.
Scarborough's like the bully who picks on a kid and then takes credit when the kid turns out to be a winner. Groupthink? Sounds like Morning Joe. They're not just glazing us, they're turning on each other. Democrats just did what Obama told them to. They whacked Biden, and Obama's aides ran Kamala's campaign. And now they're realizing the Messiah can't walk on water.
People are starting to complain, oh my God, the Obama people, they're running everything. Sometimes you get a sense that they think they know everything, they run the world, and in some cases, you can understand it because, well, they did win 2 presidential elections. But at a certain point, that class of folks has to start listening to the next generation coming up because they have ideas. They have ways of reaching out to the voters to man to the Obama coalition that they just don't have. They don't have the feel for it because they're not from that generation.
He just called Barry a boomer. And Chuck Todd said Boomer Barry was the one who ran men out of the party.
You spent 15 years essentially ignoring that vote. And in fact, not only ignoring it, interest groups going out of their way to marginalize that demographic group. And then you're shocked when that demographic group doesn't think the Democratic Party wants them to be members.
Barack Obama accused the Republican Party of a war on women. Remember that? Romney had a binder full of women he was trying to hire, and they called him sexist. Mitt Romney was sexist. Every judge Obama appointed was a woman, which is fine. But after a while, I mean, come on. And then they went way overboard with Me Too. And race relations in the country hit an all-time low under Barack. Now Democrats are saying, maybe we should be nicer to Whitey. The white dudes for Harris hat didn't work. The DNC is trying to court guys who just want to get laid and have fun, remember? So they sent in Mayor Pete? What does Bearded Pete think they should be talking about?
We should be talking about how, if Speaker Johnson got his way, it wouldn't be possible, not just for gay people to get married, but for straight people to get divorced, let alone like birth control or how he would want to regulate porn or whatever. Most people would have a problem with.
Gay marriage, divorce, and porn. That's Pete's pitch to white guys. Hey guys, don't forget to wear a condom. Look who else they're sending out.
I love young men. I love frat guys. And in that, I realized, like, even the ones that identify as conservative are almost always pro-choice. They're almost always pro-gay marriage. You'd be surprised at the number of them who supported Black Lives Matter.
Oh yeah, whenever I'm on campus, I see Black Lives Matter flags hanging from every fraternity house, every one. And trans flags too. The Democrats were better off with tampon. It's been 6 months. Half the party's like, yep, we're all liars and we deserve to lose. And the other half's taking a knee for George Floyd. Jazzy Crockett and Acosta are dying to go to prison.
And I'm worried about folks like yourself, Congresswoman, because I have to assume that, of course they would like to arrest you and some of the others who are more outspoken in the House. That's just me thinking that.
No, you're absolutely right. It is sad that people are fearful and that they are looking at people like me and really scared because they know that there is a target on my back when you have the President of the United States who consistently drops my name and gets...
Yeah, what's that all about?
They all told us Trump had an enemies list. I'm still waiting for the first arrest. Who's Trump arrested besides bad hombres and the linebacker in Congress? Who? James Comey's making death threats, and he's on a book tour and on a beach. I'd actually like to see a little bit of retribution. Biden pardoned so many cronies, Trump probably has no one left to arrest. You're not going to believe who the Democrat power brokers want to nominate. Are you ready? Not Newsom, definitely not AOC, Rambo.
If you go have lunch at the Grill Room, or go have lunch at the Capitol Grill, or go to anywhere where Obama Clinton types congregate, they're pining for Rahm. They think Rahm is the strongest candidate in many cases.
A short Jewish millionaire from Chicago, and he's 65. That is an interesting choice. I'm sure the crowds will go wild. Behind the scenes, they're putting together a shadow cabinet, and some of them still won't even say sorry for the shadow government.
The former First Lady should certainly speak up about what she saw in regards to her husband and when she saw it and what she knew, because I think anybody looking, again, at the videos and photo evidence of Joe Biden with your own eyes and a little bit of common sense can see this was a clear cover-up, and Jill Biden was certainly complicit in that cover-up.
The Biden clan lied to the country for 4 years, and they have no remorse.
We never got somebody that said, we should never have done this. I can't believe we did it. In retrospect, it was a mistake. How arrogant we were. I mean, even, there was a top White House aide who acknowledged to me that this short 10, 15-minute interview I did with Joe Biden in October 2022, he would not have been capable of doing in October 2023. That admission was stunning to me, but it did not come with, and we really made a mistake, we shouldn't have run him, what an error, I can't believe we did it. It didn't come with that.
Democrats confess they lied, but are saying they'd do it again. They say they prefer a president in a coma, controlled by a shadow cabinet over Trump, or any Republican. Democrats claim they're having a come-to-Jesus moment, but really they're just trying to sanitize the crime scene and sell books.
In terms of the left, it's a money grab. I mean, that's not the case. It's not, I don't want to get into where my money comes from, but CNN is my main job, and that's where my main source of income by far. Very few people write books to make money. I mean, the idea that I would do this for money is it's silly and not true.
Democrats just want to be on the winning side now because being right sells. Even with all the book buzz, Tapper's CNN show had its worst month in 10 years. The man's in quicksand. The more he fights, the deeper he sinks. The country is changing. A majority of the Democrat voters now think populism's cool. They'd rather have populism than promises of abundance the Democrats never deliver on anyway. The country wants doers, people with common sense, and leaders who tell the truth, not people who lie to them and then write tell-alls to make a quick buck. You know the easiest way to make money in this business? Tell the truth